What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another movie review. Today we are talking about the third and final Wes Anderson film I have seen recently. I watched them all over the last weekend, and the Grand Budapest Hotel was my favorite, right? Because the whole time you see the cover of this movie, right? If you haven't seen this movie, I'm going to drop some spoilers, not too many. But if you're just looking at the title of this movie, The Grand Budapest Hotel, what do you think this movie's about? The Grand Budapest Hotel and this colorful thing. And then, like, the first frame of the movie, it cuts to a more present Grand Budapest Hotel, and it just looks like a rundown, shitty apartment building. And you're like, oh, you're like, what is happening? Like, but it's about the story between Ralph Fiennes and Tony Revolori's character. And Tony Revolori must have been like one of his first movies that he was in, but you know, he falls in love with this girl with a birthmark on her cheek that's shaped like Mexico. You know, like, just the way that they say things in this movie. I found this movie so funny. But every frame of this movie, whether they're in an elevator or they're in a pastry van, you know, like, every shot of it feels so intentional and so important. And, you know, just like the way that the colors pop, the pinks, the blues, the reds, the oranges, every shot is tight and collective and colorful, and Wes Anderson had a artistic vision for this movie, and I think he fulfilled it to a T, you know, as good as he possibly could have done. And I really, really enjoyed this film, like, much more than I probably should have. But this one I found hilarious. The whole time I was just going, why is Voldemort and Flash from Tom Holland's Spider-Man, why are they just going on this adventure together? Why are they, you know, like, who are these characters, you know? Gustavo H, Monsieur Gustavo H. And, like, then all of a sudden there's one point in this movie where they're on the run and Gustav's in prison and he's got to break out of prison, and then he's on the run again and he needs the help of the cross keys, and then he calls Bill Murray, and then you see all these different Gustavo H's Monsieurs in all these different hotels. And you see, you know, Owen Wilson at one point. You see all these great actors. You're like, how is this cast so unbelievable? Adrian Brody's in it. Like, Willem Dafoe's in it. Like, there's so many of my favorite actors in these movies that it's hard for me to not enjoy them. Like, it's almost impossible for me to, like, not like it at all, you know? And I really wanted to love Asteroid City after seeing Grand Budapest Hotel and Isle of Dogs, but I don't know, that one just was a little bit more confusing. But I think, like I said, I need to watch that one again, and I think my score will go up. You know, just being able to watch it slowly at home, be like, what was that in the background? Go back, be like, oh, right. Like, yeah, I'm terrible to watch things with. There's a reason I watch things alone most of the time, unless they're at the theaters, because at the theaters I can't go, hey buddy, rewind that for me, you know, like talking to the guy, the projector guy running the reel. You know, they're going to be like, what are you talking about? Pause it, go back. Like, that's not how movies work. But when you're at home watching it on your own TV, you can pause and go back and do whatever the fuck you want, right? Like, it will, like, just for example, Secret Invasion comes out and it's a hour-long episode. It might take me 2 or 3 hours to watch it, you know, because I'm looking at every detail. Like, I'm honestly exhausting. It's a real problem. But, you know, people gotta like what they like, right? And I think there's nothing wrong with things that you're interested in, just following it. You know, I'm not sure why I'm so in love with movies. I just am. My whole life, it's been an escape place. I sit down, watch a movie, and dive into this other world and imagine I'm the main character, or imagine I'm a character. Sometimes I watch a movie and I don't identify as the main character. I identify as a backup character. Like, perfect example in Grand Budapest Hotel. I don't necessarily identify as Voldemort, but I could see a young version of me as Tony Revolori's character, a guy that just wants to fall in love with the pastry girl at Mendel's, and, you know, he's just doing whatever he's told, and he's just on the go, and he's just like, I'm just trying to make everybody happy, but I'm scared, you know? Like, it's just such characters. Like, you can dive into their emotions and get out of your own, you know? Sometimes I was having a bad day, maybe, and that's why I didn't like Asteroid City as much. Like, and maybe I'll see it when I'm in a better mood and more approachable to it, and I'll really absorb it, and I'll like it. So sometimes, you know, you need to rewatch movies that you didn't like to see why you really didn't like them. Maybe it was just the mood you were in that day. But comment below what's the next Wes Anderson film I should go watch. I think I might watch The French Dispatch or Life Aquatica, or maybe even go back to like one of his first ones, Royal Tenenbaums, you know. And I'm pretty sure in all of his movies the cast is ridiculous, but I'm excited for his next one, you know, and I'm excited for Asteroid City to come out and release. That should be coming out soon, so stay tuned. We'll be doing more movie reviews soon. I know this weekend I'm going to see the Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, my first Mission Impossible I'm going to see in theaters, so I'm excited for that. But I've also embarked on a Marvel rewatch starting. I wanted to start with 98's Blade, but I started with X-Men 2000, and that will be my next movie review. So stay tuned, y'all, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace!